Hello, I'm Reverend Karen Davis of First Christian Church. This week we're reading a passage from Mark's Gospel, chapter 12, verses 32 through 44. And in those passages, we read about Jesus sitting outside the synagogue, and he's watching people come in, watching what they're doing. And as they're coming in, they're placing money in the offering. So he sees people going by looking all important, and they're putting large bills in, and he's watching that as they go by and dropping it in. But then a woman comes along, and as she does, she places in 2 copper coins. Now, those copper coins together were probably worth about what we would consider to be a penny. So who do you think Jesus was more impressed with? The people dropping in all the big bills, or the woman who dropped in those 2 simple coins? Well, we read that Jesus was amazed, impressed, and told others about the woman that put in the 2 coins. He saw her as someone who was faithful and dedicated, not because of the amount of money that she placed in, but the dedication with which she did it. See, those 2 simple coins were all that she had left that day, and she gave her all in gratitude to God's work. So Jesus was impressed with her not because of the amount, but because of what was in her heart. That she was there to faithfully serve God, and provided an example that not only Jesus, but Christians throughout the centuries have looked to that widow for an example of what it means to be committed, what it means to be faithful, what it means to be dedicated to doing God's work. That one simple individual has provided the faith community with an amazing example for centuries. This week, I invite you to think of people in your life who have provided you an amazing example, who have provided you the example of what it means to follow Jesus. People who have provided you an example of what it means to be kind and loving, what it means to be faithful, what it means to be, as that widow was, willing to make a sacrifice for the sake of others, for the sake of doing good. Who in your life has provided you with an amazing example? Who has touched your life as that widow has touched the lives of so many throughout the centuries by her faithfulness and dedication? I'd like you to make sure that you say thank you to those people who've been an example to you, or to be sure to tell others about the example that they have given you. And better yet, I invite and encourage you, yes, you, to be an example to others, to show others what it means to be faithful and dedicated, what it means to be willing to serve others, even when it may make life for us a little more challenging or difficult. So consider this week what you can do to be a faithful example now and for others in the years, decades, and centuries to come, that they may look at your example and say, wow, I want to do that. I want to be like that. May we go forth finding ways to serve God so that we all will be faithful servants of God's work and proclaimers and messengers of God's gospel. Go out and do good.